Here is a quick demonstration of what you may do in this activity. Teachers may use it for discussion with the students in a classroom in front of the screen. So in this activity, you can see a triangle that you can change its vertices individually and then change the shape of the triangle. The three marked angles are colored, and they are also shown on the top here to form a straight angle. So it can be used to demonstrate how the three angles can put together to form straight angles. But apart from just showing the sum of the angles, you may also invite the student to think about the relative sizes of the angles when you change the triangle. For example, when you try to move these 2 points close together, what happened to these red and green angles? These are also shown on the screen. And then what happened to the blue angle? So this blue one becomes very small, perhaps. And similarly, you can also make one of the angles very big, for example, the red one. Okay, and while making the two other angles very small on left here. Okay, so another things you can do with the student will be simply just to ask them to recognize the size of the angles. So you can just choose to hide individual angles using the check boxes here. Now, particularly when you drag the points all around the screen, then you may now change the orientations of the 3 points, and it's not immediately obvious which points corresponding to which angles, okay, directly, because you have already now shuffled all the points. And then you can now go back to the size here to invite the student to try to match, okay, these 3 angles with the ones in the triangle. Right? For example, which one is easier to match? Probably the red one, and can they see which angle is the smaller angle? All right, so you can click to show it that this is correct. And then the remaining 2 probably is more difficult. Okay, so you can still invite the student to try to recognize which one seems to be bigger. So perhaps the green one is the bigger one and it's here. And then finally the blue one is here. Okay. So this is something that you can do with the student, particularly to invite them to observe the size of the angles and then create different kind of examples to test their understanding or their estimation. Okay. And meanwhile, of course, at the end, they will also notice that all the 3 angles will always form straight angles in this case.